What's going on, everyone? In this video we're going to be going over the 1 hour time frame, and I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can scalp using the 1 hour time frame on a day in and day out basis, whether you're an options day trader, you're an equities player, whatever the case may be. But what we are looking at here is the previous 5 days, 6 days of data is all I really like to go back using the 1 hour time frame. How I set up my supply and demand zones is like this. I'm going to take the previous 5 or 6 days. I'm going to look at the absolute high, including the wick. I'm going to look at the absolute low, including any wicks. And I'm going to set the top supply zone, and I'm going to set the bottom demand zone. Then what I'm going to look for is what's called a sneaky little pivot. Now those sneaky little pivots, I'm going to set up mainly more for scalps. I'm going to size down on those sneaky little pivots, and I'm going to take profits a lot quicker on those sneaky little pivots. And what a sneaky pivot is an area of consolidation within the overall big 1 hour macro supply and demand zones. So what we are looking at here, 1 hour time frame, we're looking at the stock chart that I like to trade a lot. It's NVIDIA, NVDA. It moves a ton. That with Tesla, again, if you know how to size yourself appropriately, you can definitely make a lot of money trading those two names along with the NASDAQ 100 or the S&P 500. I would say forget about everything else, right? Again, if your account size doesn't permit you to trade these, then definitely play something like, if you want to play NVIDIA, play AMD, right? If you want to play Tesla, play something else like maybe a Microsoft, maybe an Apple, maybe something a little bit lesser in value. But again, if your account size is, decent size enough, right? And that's, over $500, over $1,000, I would definitely recommend, $5,000, $10,000 if you want to start playing with these type of stocks, bare minimum. Again, if you're under $5,000, maybe trade AMD. If you're under $10,000, maybe just kind of pick one of the two names, right? You don't have to really trade them all. But anyways, what we're looking at here, we have a top supply zone, top supply here at 280.30, right? So what I would be looking for, this is my absolute top supply here on a 1 hour time frame. I'm looking at the bottom being 262. So what we're looking at is almost a 20 point kind of range, which is 18 points. We're looking at 18 points from high to low in the last 5-6 days. Okay, that's why I love this stock. It's going to move. It's going to move $5 in a day. It's going to move $7 in a day. Today it moved $8, right? So there's plenty of room in there on a day in, day out basis to kind of make your money and get out. We don't need to make $8. We don't need to make $5. We're just looking to make $2, $3 on these types of names. That's really going to set you up for the long haul, right? It's when you try to kind of hold and hold and hold, you're up $1, you're up $2, you're taking no profits. You're looking at the chart go in your favor. You're getting excited, right? You think you're going to make the big bag. Next thing you know, the stock comes all the way back down or all the way back up, depending on if you're long or short, and you kind of give away all of those profits. I want to teach people to stop giving away profits. First thing that it's going to do is start up here. You have to be comfortable with allowing the stock to go. Okay, what that means is that if you make $2 on a potential trade, you have to be okay with yourself mentally and excitement wise if the stock continues to go another $3 or $4. That's not your money. Your money was that initial $2 that you took. Because why is that your money? Because you locked it in. No one can take it away from you. Once you sell and you're in the profit, that money is now yours. When you try to hold and you look for $3, $4, $5, $6, not saying that you won't get those trades some days. Sometimes you give it back, and next thing you know, that money is no longer yours, and you kind of just give it all away. So what we would be looking at here, I would be looking at going into tomorrow, some type of 262 break, right? I would be looking at some type of 262 break, and then I would be looking for a confirmation under that. What I would be looking for here on a sneaky area, let me kind of explain to you what a sneaky area is. If we go back in history before today's price action, today is Monday, today is the 25th of April, and it's currently 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time doing this training video for all of you guys. If this was yesterday and you were coming into the market looking for your area would have been 266.50s, okay? 266.50s, that's the area you would have been looking for. You would have been looking for that to break on a 1 hour time frame. So look at here at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So at 10 a.m. we break. We put in a new low. That price is 265.50. Okay. What you would then be looking for is the next candle to take out that low. That's going to be your entry. You're going to get in under that. You're going to use your previous, kind of 266.58, 266.60s as your stop. If we get an hour candle that closes over that, you're out of the trade. You can see that once we broke this area and put in that new low to around 265.30s, 265.50s, we got the next candle to confirm that, and it went all the way down to 264, and then all the way down to 263, and then all the way down at the day's lows at around 262. So your entry price was not going to be 266.58 or 266.50s, because what we want to have happen is, if we already know that this is going to be our demand zone, we need price action to break through. And as soon as it breaks through, great. Now we just got our setup. It breaks through, it puts in a new low, and then we wait. We gotta be patient. We wait for the next candle to confirm that new low. Okay, this may be called a second entry. Reason being, if you were to take the first entry and then it starts to wick back up and go against you, you can start to get very, very emotional, panic sell, and then look back at the end of the day and you would have seen you yourself get very, very upset because the market ended up going $2, $3, $4 in your favor. So again, 266, we come into today with a level of 266.58. Okay, and I put this in my Discord. I took this trade. I think a couple of other guys also as well took this trade. I was in this trade right away. I already came into the day knowing and understanding I was waiting for 266.50s. I wanted to see that price action break through. As soon as it broke through, I wanted to wait for the next hour candle, which would have been the 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time candle, which is 11 Eastern. That candle to confirm that new low, which the new low was 265.50s in that area, right? Give or take. Again, don't quote me to the penny. 265.50s. When we took out that new low, we then dropped to a price of 264.60s, 264.70s, right? So you're almost up $1. And then we get the next candle here at 9 a.m., which is noon, that lunch hour, to give us that next washout all the way down to 263. My rule of thumb for scalping, you get $1.50, $2 on a stock like Tesla or Nvidia, start to sell and lock in those profits, move your stop loss into profit or move your stop loss to break even. So it now becomes a free trade. So I've had in the past doing that. Let's say, for example, take 10 contracts short at my level here. Next thing you know, we break that price action. I get in, I sell 6, 7, 8 contracts. I hold the remaining 2. Next thing you know, it's 3 days later and the price just continues to fall. There's other times where I get in, I leave those last one runners or that last one runner or that last couple runners, and it comes back and stops me out. No harm, no foul. I already took profits on 6, 7, 8 contracts. I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. That's fine. So you can see here, just again, to kind of be clear how you use that 1 hour time frame. You're going to mark out the previous high, the previous low of all of the body of work. So we're looking at 5, 6 days. Those are your levels. You're looking at your sneaky pivot in the middle here. Look at this area that acted as resistance here on Monday. This area that's acted as resistance here off the bell, 273.77. If we break that, same kind of scenario. We need to break 273.77. We need to put in a new high, and then we need the next hour candle to kind of confirm that price action. Now, if you don't want to give yourself all of that risk, you can then monitor your trade on the 5-minute time frame. Your pivot levels, your supply and demand levels stay the same. Look what happens when we go over to the 5-minute time frame. Okay, we come over to the 5-minute time frame. Our 266.50s area still remains intact. Our 273 area remains intact. Now, if we look at what happened when price action broke through for the first time, that 266.50s area, it put in a new low at 266.05. And just like the last video, look at what happens as soon as you would have taken an entry here. We get 5, 10, 15 minutes of a very aggressive bounce, followed by a little bit of a pullback and another bounce that fails to close over the 20-period moving average and confirm that new high. So again, this is just a washout, a dead cat bounce, rejection into the 20-period moving average. This is why I use the 20-period moving average. It's a 20 SMA. I use it in conjunction with my supply and demand. It works wonders. It'll save you and save your emotions from getting stopped out. It'll save you from panic selling. It'll save you from panic buying. depending on whether you're going long or short. So if we kind of look at what happens here, we would have entered here. We would have had to sit through 15 minutes of drawdown. And then once we do get this rejection at the 20 period moving average, then we flush, guys. Then we flush, okay? If you guys want to know another strategy for scalpers, just using the 20 period moving average and how your entry would have been here, and you would have just looked for this move, join Evolution Traders. I give these setups each and every single day on how we can look to identify those potential setups. But again, we're talking about the 1 hour time frame, and we're talking about managing on the 5 minute. So where would our stop have been? Okay, 266.50s is our bottom demand. We're looking to break that price action to the bottom. We're looking to put in a new low. We're looking for that candle to get confirmed. It does bounce. This candle, don't get me wrong, is going to scare a lot of people. But we never take out the previous days or the previous high, the high of day. We never close over the 20 period moving average. So what would be our stop in this situation, being that we are sitting through about $1 worth of drawdown here? Our stop would have been if this candle that closed briefly over the 20 period moving average gets confirmed, okay, gets confirmed with the next candle over the high wick or over the body, whichever one, right? If there's only a body and there's no wick, then you would use the body. If there's a body and a wick, you would use the wick. Being that it does not close over that candle that closed back over the 20 period SMA, there's no reason that I should get out of the trade. I have to continue to hold the trade because all it's doing is just back testing some resistance, and it's going to continue to drop. Now, if there was a change in trend and we close over that 20 period moving average, and then we get a next candle to kind of confirm that long, then I might even take a stab at going long for a potential scalp and using the high of day as my take profit, or selling into the high of day is what I love to say. I never wait for high of day, you know. So if we get this initial flush and then we consolidate and then we close over and then we start, you know, kind of riding up higher, I never say I have to wait for high of day and that's where I'm selling. I like to start unloading contracts or unloading shares into high of day. So if we were to get in here on a scalp, I like to start selling here. I like to start selling here. I like to start selling here. And I'm only going to hold a runner past that initial high of day. And then I'm going to move up my stop loss to in the profit. So even if it does come all the way back down, I still make money and I'm still a very happy trader. So again, I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys need some more help, I'm going to be making a ton of these more videos because it's a very simple way to trade using supply and demand and price action and the 20 SMA. Again, there's a lot of people who trade supply and demand. Everyone has their own little variable in variation of trading supply and demand. Again, no way is any more right than wrong than someone else's, right? It's all what fits your personality, your trading style, your risk management, your tolerance, okay? So again, I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys are interested in learning how to get my 2 study guides and my 2 video courses with over 3.5 hours of educational content, showing you guys my in-depth trading strategy, how I find the stocks, what I'm looking for, where's my exact take profits, you know, and putting the whole system together, because this is supply and demand. Yes, you can definitely use this, but this is one part in a very big system that I use on a day in and day out basis. Definitely go over to evolutiontraders.com. I also offer one-on-one mentorship with that package that you guys get. It also includes things like, you know, one-on-one mindset help coaching. I also review trades in real time with you. So for example, if you took a trade and then you ended up stopping out, losing some money, we can go back through that step by step. I will give you my personal opinion on what I would have done and what I see, because sometimes it does help to have someone who is a little bit more of an experienced trader kind of go over, so you can kind of see what were they thinking. What would they have been thinking if they were in this trade? Why did I get stopped out? What did I do wrong? It helps to learn, it helps to journal, and it helps to have someone to kind of go back and forth with. I will do that with you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.